Hello dear friends, myself Professor Khodde Rishikesh and you are watching BSc Botany Studies Classes channel. So here we are ongoing our discussion on the cell cycle topic. This is the part second of 9th chapter, that is cell cycle and cell division. So in previous part we have discussed about the phases which comes under the cell cycle. So we said that in cell cycle we have 10% M phase and 90% we have interphase, M phase and interphase. Remember, this interphase is bigger than M phase. In percentage wise we have written here. In M phase we have G1, S and G2. This point we have discussed in previous portion. Today we are going to discuss about something new, which is the M phase. M phase includes the cell division. The cell division is of, there are two types of cell divisions available. So in previous part we have said that for mitosis cell cycle will be different, for meiosis cell cycle will be different. Why? Because this M phase is going to change, but interphase will remain the same. And another important point I would like to tell you here, please pay attention. Sometime when old cell divides into new cells, if this is old cell and these are new cells, not necessarily this cell have to undergo cell division. Sometime it does not happen. When newly formed cell do not undergoes the division. Remember, when newly formed cell do not undergoes the cell division, it is known as G0 phase, which is permanent phase. In competitive exam, this question is generally asked, what is G0 phase? So G0 phase is the phase of the cell where that cell do not undergoes the cell cycle. It means that cell will not follow the rules of cell cycle. It means that cell is differentiated. Please remember these words. These words are very essential to understand here about cell cycle. In cell cycle, we have M phase and interphase. Okay. In interphase, we have G1, S and G2 phase. Okay. Interphase is bigger, M phase is smaller. Okay. M phase means cell division, where we have two types of cell division, mitosis and we have meiosis. Okay. These points we have discussed. I am telling you the new point that when newly formed cell do not want to divide again, at that time it is considered as G0 phase. It means that cell is permanent and not going to divide again. That cell is known as a differentiated cell. So these many points I have told you here. Please try to understand, try to remember all these points which we have discussed here. Now we are going to discuss about the detail about this mitosis and this meiosis substages, because we are going to discuss about this M phase. In M phase we have mitosis and meiosis. So first of all we will discuss about mitosis and after that we will discuss about meiosis. Okay. Yes. So we have this, again I will draw a small circle where we have M phase and interphase. We have discussed already about interphase. You will find that video in our FYBSc playlist. Now we are going to discuss about this M phase. In this M phase we have mitosis and meiosis to understudy. First we will discuss about the mitosis. mitosis and meiosis, both words are starting by the letter M, that's why it is called as M phase. So we have mitosis here now. So in this M phase, we have, for mitosis, we have sub-stages. But remember, mitosis takes place in 2 steps. This mitosis, we are going to talk about this mitosis. This mitosis is followed by 2 stages. First is nucleus division and another is cell division. In cell biology, they do not use normal words. They use sophisticated words. They say karyokinesis. For nuclear division, and they says cytokinesis. For cell division. Kinesis means division. Kinesis of nucleus means karyokinesis. Karyo means nucleus, kinesis means division. Nuclear division, karyokinesis. And cell division is cytokinesis. So remember, mitosis takes place in 2 stages only. So we have this normal cell here, normal plant cell we can say, in which we have nucleus. So mitosis takes place, the division of this nucleus first, and after that division of the cell. Okay, so first nucleus will be divided and then cell will be divided. So we will discuss about first the nuclear division, then we will discuss about the cell division. Here we have M phase. So obviously first you will notice this much portion is, I will write karyokinesis here, and then you have here up to this portion, that is okay. It is so easy to remember that we have M phase, but this M phase is again divided into sub phases. First we have karyokinesis, then we have cytokinesis. Karyokinesis, I have written 4 different quarters. Each quarter have their individual name. I am telling you the proper points by which it will be easy for you to remember this concept. So karyokinesis means this nucleus division takes place by 4 phases. First phase is prophase. This I think you must have heard somewhere. Metaphase. Third one is anaphase. One second. Prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and fourth one is telophase. Why these stages are there in karyokinesis? Please try to understand. We are talking about nuclear division of the cell. The first is karyokinesis, then we have cytokinesis. In karyokinesis, we have prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. After following all these phases, then only we will have cytokinesis. Yes, I think you must have understood this. So we are going to detail discuss about each of these stages in step by step manner. Okay, we are going to discuss each point separately in a detail. When you see a cell under the microscope, any typical cell, the cell shows various organelles, but normal compound microscope you will find only nucleus you can see. Other organelles are not visible under the compound microscope. To see other organelles, you will require electron microscope, UV based microscope. Okay, that is not point of our discussion. You have the important points which we require here, nucleus and cell. When cell is ready to divide, not every cell performs cell division. Remember, there are specialized cells inside the plant which are located at the root apical meristem and shoot apical meristem. Means meristematic cells perform cell division. These meristematic cells shows a peculiar characteristic. They are looking different from normal cell. How they are looking different? They generally shows very thin cell wall. Generally these cells are ready to divide, means they divide and redivide again and again, performing the cell cycle. In cell cycle we have M phase and interphase. In M phase we have mitosis and meiosis. Here we are going to discuss about the mitosis. So this mitosis takes place in, remember this word, whatever I am talking here is very important. This information you will require in your MSc also, in your competitive examination also. Mitosis always takes place in somatic cell only. What is somatic cell? Somatic cell means the cell which is different from gametic cell. You know very well what are the gametic cell. Gametic cell are generally the sperms or egg are gametic cell. Other than these cells are somatic cell, but the cell on your hand are somatic cell. The cell on the plant leaf are somatic cell. These cells shows mitosis, and mitosis is always and always equational division. Mitosis is always equational division. Equational division means what? If parent contains 16 chromosomes, their daughter will always contain 16 chromosomes only. So if parent have 16 chromosomes, the two daughters will be produced, each contain 16 chromosomes. So equation means equality in chromosome number. Parent had 16 chromosomes, two daughters are there which also contain 16 chromosomes, means chromosome number is equal. That's why equational division is known to mitosis. I am talking here about the introduction of mitosis. In mitosis we have various stages. So before talking directly about the stages, we should know the basic information about the mitosis. Whatever I have told you is very important. Try to remember this information. So okay, we came to know that where mitosis takes place. The cell which shows mitosis are somatic cell. The mitosis is always equational division. Okay. So we are moving forward about the detailed discussion of mitosis. So we have this cell. In that cell we have the nucleus. Normally when you look under the microscope, you will hardly find chromosome there. Chromosome is generally present in this state. Chromosome generally present in this state, or they may present in this state. In previous lecture I have told you that before S phase, this type of chromosome you will find in the nucleus. Before S phase. After S phase, this type of chromosome you will find in the nucleus. So definitely in this nucleus you will get this type of chromosomes. Okay, this type of chromosome must be there before starting of cell division, before starting of mitosis. So under the microscope, if you look the cell, you will hardly find chromosome first of all. And when you see the chromosome, then you can completely sure that cell is going to divide, but this chromosome must be in this state. So what is difference between this chromosome? I will name this A chromosome, B chromosome. This is chromosome, this is chromosome, but this is only single chromatid chromosome. And here we have two chromatids. Two chromatids are very much similar to each other, that's why they are considered as sister chromatids. Sister chromatids means two chromatids must be there and single chromatids. Before cell division, this type of chromosome always present there. In this chromosome, you will find these chromatids. Two chromatids are joined together at the center. This center is known as centromere. The center is known as centromere. And the end of the chromosomes are known as telomere. So just remember these words, that we have centromere, where centromere is generally making or holding the two sister chromatids together. We will require this information later, so that's why I am telling you this. We have two sister chromatids which are joined together by the centromere, that's it. So we have our cell in which we have chromosome. So I will redraw again. Please pay attention. If we have this our cell, in that we have this our nucleus, and in that we have our chromosomes. Suppose parent cell contain 4 chromosomes here. For example, this parent cell contain 4 chromosomes here. These 4 chromosomes should look in this state only. So in mitosis we have first prophase. In prophase, what happen actually is that these chromosomes are generally organized in this state. Normally the chromosomes are unwinded. Normally chromosomes are loosely arranged chromatin fiber. So chromosome is the final structure. Try to understand what I am trying to tell you here. These are the chromosomes, okay? But the chromosomes are made up of chromatin fiber. Chromatin fiber comes together to make chromosome. So chromosomes are made up of chromatin fiber. These fibers are generally present in nucleus in normal condition. During cell division in prophase, remember what to write in exam. In prophase, chromatin fiber come together to form chromosome. This is the underlining statement. Okay. So whenever anybody asks you what is the special feature of prophase in mitosis, you can say in prophase chromatin fibers comes together to create chromosomes. So during prophase only you will be able to see these types of chromosome under the cell, under the microscope. So it was the first event which took place in a prophase. Another important event took place in this prophase is that this is the protective layer around these chromosomes which we know as nuclear membrane. Nuclear membrane means nucleus covering, we can say. In prophase, first of all, what happened? Chromatin fiber come together to form chromosome. And another important event happen is that this nuclear membrane start to disorganize. And one time you will find this nuclear membrane is completely vanished. There will be no nucleus present now. Only remaining is the chromosomes inside the cell directly. So this is very remarkable. So in prophase, we have two important events to remember. First event is that in prophase, chromatin fiber comes together to form chromosome. And another important event is that nuclear membrane disappear. This nuclear membrane disappears. Okay. So it is very essential to understand what we are talking here, that prophase consists two stages. Okay, we have done with the prophase. We have completed the prophase. Now next stage is the metaphase. What is metaphase? Meta means middle. So we have drawn 4 chromosomes here. So okay, we have these 4 chromosomes. These 4 chromosomes will arrange themselves. I will just clear this. So we have this our original cell back. We had our 4 cells. This is the middle of the cell. This is the middle of the cell. Middle of the cell is known as equator. Middle of the cell is known as equator. We had our 4 chromosomes. These chromosomes arrange themselves on this equator. So you will find these chromosomes are laying in this fashion. Okay, we had 4 chromosomes. Now here we have 4 chromosomes again. These 4 chromosomes now arranging themselves on the equator. So it was about the metaphase. The third stage, which is the anaphase, in which the spindle fibers which are attached to these chromosomes, spindle fibers here are actually attached to these chromosomes. Remember, each chromosome containing 2 chromatids. Okay, in anaphase what happens? This pole and this pole tries to pull these chromosomes apart. So what happens if I redraw this again? So what you will notice this type of structure here. This is very interesting. One chromatid will go here, another chromatid will go here. One chromatid in this side, another chromatid at this side. One chromatid here, one chromatid here. One chromatid here, one chromatid here. So have you got what I have drawn here? From the chromosomes which containing 2 chromatids, each chromatid gets separated. The separation done by the spindle fiber. Spindle fiber. These spindle fibers are separating the chromatids from each other, from their centromere. So the third stage is anaphase. Ana means separation. That's it. In prophase, we had formation of chromosome and nuclear membrane disappear. In metaphase, chromosomes were aligned on the equator of the cell. And in anaphase, spindle fibers are tearing the sister chromatids from each other, and at one pole 4 sister chromatids are coming, and on another pole 4 sister chromatids are going. So it was the anaphase. Finally we have the telophase. This telophase means what? Once these chromatids comes at this side and these chromatids go at this side, spindle fiber will disappear after that. So we have your chromatids here and these chromatids are here. Don't worry about the shape. Okay. This happened during the anaphase. Now the telophase, where we have the actual partition between the cell is start to develop. Partition in the form of building of new cell wall. Formation of pectic substance between inside the cell. Means what? The partition is generally start at this phase. This telophase and cytokinesis takes place simultaneously. Remember what? Try to understand. Telophase and cytokinesis takes place simultaneously to create complete separate cells in this way. So we have now 2 cells, and obviously the parent cell was the bigger and now daughter cells are somewhat smaller. But important point is that parent was containing 4 chromosomes and new cells are again containing 4 chromosomes. Chromosomes shape matters a lot. So it was regarding the karyokinesis and cytokinesis together, which we considered as mitosis, which is the type of cell division. We have seen the M phase mitosis. In next lecture we will discuss about M phase meiosis, because it will take more time. So if you have any doubt regarding this video, feel free to comment in comment section. Whatever information I have provided you is very important. It will be required for you for your MSc as well as competitive exam. So try to watch this video again, so concept will be cleared in your mind. Thank you for your time for watching this video. We will meet in the next part, and please subscribe the channel and like the video. Bye.